Margaret sat in the dim hospital room, the soft glow of monitors casting long shadows on the walls. The rhythmic beeping of machines blended with the muffled sounds of life outside, a world that had kept moving even as hers stood still. Her daughter, Lily, lay pale and motionless, tethered to machines that could only delay the inevitable. 6 months had passed since the accident, and yet every day felt like the first, raw and unbearable. At the bedside, Emma, Lily's best friend, gently brushed Lily's hair. Her voice was calm, almost musical, as she read aloud from one of Lily's favorite books. Every now and then, she would pause to offer sips of water or adjust the pillows. Emma's presence was a constant, a lifeline in a sea of despair. She came every day after school, staying until the nurses gently urged her to leave. She wouldn't want her hair looking messy, Emma would say, her lips curving into a sad smile as she carefully braided Lily's hair. She'd never forgive me if I let her look anything less than perfect. Margaret often marveled at Emma's strength, while others, even family, had begun to drift away, unable to cope with the prolonged sorrow. Emma remained. She cared for Lily with a tenderness that went beyond duty, beyond friendship. It was love, pure and unwavering. The days blurred into nights, and one evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Lily took her final breath. Emma was there, her hand clasping Lily's, whispering words of comfort as tears streamed down her face. Margaret watched, her heart breaking but filled with gratitude. After the funeral, Margaret sat in her living room, the silence oppressive. Lily's absence was a void that nothing could fill. Yet, amid her grief, Margaret knew she had to honor her daughter in a way that felt meaningful. Emma arrived one afternoon, as she often did, bringing a small bouquet of lilies. Margaret invited her to sit, then spoke with a resolve she hadn't felt in months. "Emma," Margaret began, her voice trembling, "I want to pay for your college tuition." Emma's eyes widened in shock. "Margaret, I can't let you." Margaret raised a hand, silencing her. "You were there for Lily when no one else was. You cared for her like a sister. This is what Lily would have wanted." Tears filled Emma's eyes as she nodded, overwhelmed by the gesture. But not everyone shared Margaret's sentiment. Word of her decision soon reached her twin sister, Diana. One evening, Diana stormed into Margaret's home, her face flushed with anger. "How could you do this?" Diana demanded. "That money is family money. It should go to my kids." Margaret's face hardened. "Your kids didn't visit Lily. Not once. Emma was there every single day. That doesn't change the fact that my kids are your blood," Diana snapped. Margaret stood her ground. Family isn't just about blood. It's about showing up, about love and loyalty. Emma is family. The argument left a deep fracture in the family. Margaret's relationship with Diana became strained, and family gatherings turned tense. Some relatives took Diana's side, while others supported Margaret's choice. Despite the family drama, Margaret and Emma's bond grew stronger. Emma visited often, even after starting college. They shared quiet afternoons reminiscing about Lily, flipping through photo albums and recalling happier times. "Do you remember when Lily convinced us to build that ridiculous treehouse?" Emma asked one day, laughing through her tears. Margaret chuckled. She was so determined, and it ended up collapsing the first time we climbed up. These moments of shared memory became a balm for their grief. Years later, Emma graduated with honors. At the ceremony, she scanned the crowd and found Margaret, clapping and crying tears of pride. As Emma walked across the stage to receive her diploma, she felt Lily's presence, a quiet assurance that she was exactly where she was meant to be. Emma's life unfolded beautifully. She married and had children, and when her first daughter was born, she named her Lily Margaret, a tribute to her late best friend and the woman who had become like a second mother. Margaret was named the child's godmother, a role she embraced wholeheartedly. As the years passed, Margaret's home, once filled with sorrow, now echoed with laughter. Emma's children brought new life to the house, and Margaret cherished every moment. She became a fixture in their lives, a source of wisdom and love. One afternoon, as Margaret sat with young Lily Margaret on her lap, Emma joined them with a cup of tea. The three generations, bound not by blood but by an unbreakable bond, spent the afternoon together, surrounded by photos of the past and the warmth of the present. Margaret often reflected on her journey. She had lost her daughter, her twin sister's closeness, and a sense of the family she once knew. But she had gained so much more: a daughter in Emma, a granddaughter in Lily Margaret, and a legacy of love that would endure for generations. In that, she found peace.